So what faction should you choose to help? The Aldor or Scryers? If you're playing a Draenei, you'll receive additional reputation from this quest if you choose Aldor, where if you choose Scryers, you'll not receive as much. As Blood Elf, it's the complete opposite. You need to choose the Scryers if you wish to receive additional reputation, else you'll just make it to neutral. Your decision will also have an impact on what shoulder enchants you can acquire. The ones at the top is from Aldor and the ones at the bottom from Scryer. I'll get back to the best decision for your class later in the video. Because what you choose will also have an impact on the quest you can obtain. This is from Aldor, where there's going to be different unique rewards, or well, rewards you won't be able to obtain if you decide to do the Scryers quest chains. Just remember that these Aldor rewards should not have a huge impact on your decision because you'll replace those items sooner than later anyway. However, this healer neck is definitely not bad. And it's also the same case for the Scryers. They will receive a neck, but this is going to be for tanks. Definitely also a good decision as well. Or a caster ring for those of you playing a spellcaster. Scryers also has a quest chain where they can choose between 5 of these rewards. Yeah, once again, it shouldn't have a huge impact on your decision because the shoulder enchants and other things will matter a lot more. Scryers also has some decent rewards. This dagger for rogues playing dagger spec, and of course also the amazing caster ring. Yeah, it requires you to be exalted, so it definitely also takes some time or well a lot of gold. This is why many casters usually also go for the Scryers, as they can also obtain this insane trinket. So the ring and the trinket is one of the main reasons for many spellcasters choosing this faction and why it's highly recommended. The other rare rewards, for example the gloves, healer weapon and legs, will be replaced fairly quickly as there's many other options you can acquire that is going to be easier than reaching reward with the faction. More classes benefit from choosing the Aldor, not because of this awful neck, but as a fairy warrior, rogue, yeah in fact even hunter, you'll benefit from this sword. At least hunters will benefit from the ring down here, same with feral druids and rogues and even shamans. The staff is not bad for spellcasters, but the thing is that in Burning Crusade Phase 1 there's many other weapons you can easily acquire. And this is also the same case with the chest right here, no crit or hit, and there's many other alternatives. The plate chest is decent for tanks, and I know many people actually like to choose the Aldor as the tank, not just because of this reward, but because of the shoulder enchants. Your decision will of course also have an impact on the different profession things you can acquire, but then again, most of these will be bind on equip and of course sellable on the auction house, so this is yet another thing that shouldn't have a huge impact. When we move to the Sunwell, or well, that phase, there's also going to be new necks you can acquire, and here it also comes down to the faction you have decided to help, as each of these necks has a buff depending on you being Scryers or the Aldor. Alright, moving on to the different shoulder enchants, and what in my opinion is the best for your class and specialization. It seems like most classes are benefiting from choosing the Aldor, besides if you're being a spellcaster, but also an arms warrior, as having more crit is going to be pretty important, especially in PvP. As a healer, you're benefiting from having more healing on your shoulders compared to the Scryers one, and this is also the same case as a tank, where you're getting more dodge instead of more defense. At some point, you will be defense capped anyway, and this is where it's gonna be important to have more avoidance. As a melee DPS and hunter, it seems like we're benefiting more from having a bit more attack power over crit. But once again, this is of course my preference when I'm raiding. Let me know your opinion by posting this in a comment below the video. The last benefit for those of you choosing the Scryers is that if you fail the elevator boss, well, then don't worry, you won't die to fall damage. This is not the same case for those of you playing Aldor, unless you're either playing a paladin or a class with slow fall. Soon I'll release many more useful Burning Crusade videos, so if you would like to see those, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This will also help me a lot as a content creator, so I can spend more time on this passion. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.